Up on the improvement that you talked about earlier, what difference do you see between the team in that first game against Orlando up until now?
I mean, our sense of what we're trying to accomplish is night and day, obviously, from the first game after, just training camp and preseason. So that's going to be a lot crisper and more sharp there. But like I said, I've always said our competitiveness has been there from day one, and that was apparent again tonight. So I never questioned that part, but just corporate knowledge, so to speak, throughout a year of learning what we're trying to get across. And like I said, trying to finish well so we can hit the ground running next year.
Your team led the NBA in technicals this season. It seems like there's a skirmish every few nights. Any part of you that takes pride in that from your team?
I've said it, I don't mind it. It's better than the alternative, which is, kind of laying down and getting ran over. And so, we've had quite a few lately. I think it took guys, half a season or so to really get that identity of not respecting your opponent too much. And like I said, when guys have had some of the losing they have over the last few years, we're trying to instill a little more fight, a little more aggressiveness, and you bring in veterans and a certain coach that loves that stuff, and I think it's going to rub off on them. So, I don't mind it at all. Just got to be a little smarter, though. The Cam one is the tough one. That's probably, just the fact that they got the double technical right before. You have to be smarter there. But I don't know if that warrants another technical rejection. It was just a bump.
Coach, you all had a very good home record. How important was to have that fan and that crowd support this season?
Yeah, it was big. I think I just said it to the group. Finished I think 5th best in the West, 27-14. And so, like I said before the game, we know where we'd be at if we brought the same record or even close on the road. And so, something to build on there. But like I've said, the fans have been there all year, and trying to give them a good product, a good competitive group, and I think they've done that. They can see that, and support has been good all year. And so, like Jalen said before the game, missed our goal, but bigger and better things next year. And I assume, with another summer under our belt, guys getting back together and coming into it, understanding, we can give the fans a better product next year, and I think that support will only continue to grow.
Fred not backing down against Paolo, is that one of those things we talked about pregame where it's such a good example for those young guys to see him not using size as an excuse?
Yeah, that's who he's been his whole career and why he is where he is, and so never worry about him as far as that aspect. We're comfortable with him pretty much guarding anybody on the perimeter. He's going to have size advantage inside, but he fights guys and is good with getting kicked out there. So, one of the most highest IQ players I've been around, and has the toughness to go with and that edge. And so, not surprised. He's got a lot of dog in him for his size, especially, and rubs off on the group, and they see that. They can kind of try to implement that as well.
I think you knew what you were getting when you signed him, but has he exceeded your expectations in any way?
I said earlier in the year, not really, because I knew who he was and played against him quite a bit. I think the only thing is, having to really lean on him this much, especially early when guys were kind of struggling. Didn't expect that, but did not expect him to not be able to handle that. I think, he hasn't had to do it his whole career, obviously, with Lowry, DeRozan, Kawhi, Siakam, and other guys, the other veteran guys around him. But knew he was capable. He's obviously an integral part of our team, and the leadership is there from day one. But having to actually shoulder the load a lot of nights when guys weren't really going has somewhat been a surprise, but not totally unexpected.
Coach, what did you think of Jabari's play? Because it seemed like he really took place on